Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, remember to hit that bell for notifications for when we drop new videos.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Good morning, Boogeyman! What's up, everybody?
I guess it's morning somewhere.
Somewhere. Hey,
Somewhere it's morning.
I'll drink to that.
Yes, absolutely. My water. Not
My
drinking
tea.
tonight.
My tea.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
It is?
Someone's got to drink for the one of us, you know, or for the both of us.
I think we got that covered.
Probably somebody's got that covered, right? Someone's got that covered.
Yeah, no.
Someone.
We don't know who.
We don't know. No.
Maybe it's you.
Never. Maybe. You on the other side.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining us tonight. We have some special guests that will be joining us here in just a few minutes. Just call us the Banshee Crew. That's
makes sense.
Not a bad name.
So far, I think I've seen Cassie, Jerry, and Jess. All three of you are here. Anybody else in the chat and watching, please go ahead and say something. We'd love to hear from you. God, what an exciting night we have for us tonight, don't we? We're so excited.
We just got done seeing these guys like, what, 2 weeks ago?
I think about 2 weeks. God, is it that?
Time's
Time's flying by. It's already March 20th. And Lisa's here. Hey, what's up, Lisa? Good to have you here, too.
Hi.
But yeah, May 20th. Jeez, wow. It's going by way too fast.
Yeah.
And I just want to reverse time. If I could turn back. Anyways. I'm just going to stop right there.
No, you should have continued. I was going to enjoy that.
Were you really going to enjoy that?
I really was. I forgot to send you the picture from Harbor Village.
You
son of a bitch.
You didn't forget.
Oh, did I send it to you?
I'm pretty sure you sent it to me, but you could show it to everybody if you want.
I don't have it uploaded, but I will sometime tonight.
Okay. All right, fine. Might be my new, you know, like
Should be your new
go-away
Facebook picture.
Like, well, how about this one? Yeah, that new picture?
No, you can't replace.
No. I can't replace
Jason
Kevin
Hughes.
Smith, and that's okay. That's a good point. I can't replace Kevin Smith and Jason Hughes.
No.
They are too loved. They are very too loved. All right, fine. I'll make it my Facebook picture for a while.
All right.
I bet people would love it.
Hell yeah, man.
It's fun. It's pretty funny.
I keep expecting my phone to start going off and like.
Why? Because that's what happens every time we start the show. Is people start annoying the crap out of you, and you're on air.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. We know.
Dude, I'm getting popular again. Like, I'm getting a bunch of friend requests from people I don't even know.
I just delete those.
No, well, some of them said they're going to give me money. Some of them said that they wanted to go on a date with me. So. Oh
wait, so the prince in Nigeria is promising you that 900,000 we had talked about?
Yeah, no, more than that, but yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Oh yeah.
What'd you have to do? Just give him some feet pics? Is that all?
And I have to send them like some Amazon gift cards and shit.
Oh. God,
Yeah.
I forgot that was the deal. Yes.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Be so
well,
rich.
anyways, how was your week?
My week was good. We went filming on Wednesday.
What?
Yeah. Episode number 3.
I would say, is it for a certain little something called Haunted History?
Yes, it was.
Oh, good.
Got the 3rd episode filmed, and
Nice.
it was interesting. We may or may not have gotten some stuff.
Chlamydia? Oh, geez, Dave. Come on.
Hey, you know, soap and water, man. Soap and water.
All right, exactly. Just keep it. Yeah.
Just keep it.
I'm
fresh.
sorry. It's horrible.
God.
So, anyways, yeah,
This show
just filming,
stinks.
fun stuff. Yeah.
Not even like 3 minutes in, and this show stinks.
I know, 6 minutes in. But good
6
try.
minutes.
Oh, well, no, we were. Yeah, that's right. We did have the waiting period. Anyways, anything else you did? That was fun?
Not really. Worked.
No. Okay. No.
I don't think there was anything. I survived tornadoes and stuff. Or rain.
That is true.
I didn't fly.
There has been some storms. We're supposedly in the danger zone for tomorrow, so we'll see how that
Danger
goes.
zone.
Exactly. I was hoping you'd go there, but no.
Oh.
My week, I mean, my Monday to Thursday wasn't very exciting, but my Friday, I went roller skating for the first time in like
Hey, wear your short shorts.
13 years. I wore my cargo shorts, so
The short ones, like the short ones where you
yeah, the ones that go really up to that show some serious thighage. Yeah,
Yeah, you got like the pockets hanging down below the
Yeah.
the pant leg.
I think the
there.
parents were really concerned, but
So were the kids, honestly.
shut up. No, it was a great time. Mitch actually went, man. Mitch
did
had
you
a
have
great
candy?
time. Yeah, right. No, we. It's like I brought my own child. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
no
okay. Mitch got in for free. You know, it's parent pays like $5.
You got
know,
under
it's
the-
fine.
the
He's
height
my
line?
adopted. What?
You got under the height line.
Yeah, he made it under the height line for sure. Absolutely. I just had to show the papers that he was officially adopted and he was good to go. Absolutely. So aside from that,
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
I do have some. Okay, I've got a battle scar on my knee.
Battle
and
scar?
My
You lost to
knee.
the floor.
Oh, dude, like 3 times. The 4 times. The 4th time, I nearly did the splits, and I had to call it right then and there because Mitch, he didn't see the other 3, but he did see the 4th one, and he's like, "Dude, that looked painful." I'm like, "It was, yeah, it was." And I had to go sit down.
You should have sat there going, ah.
No, I couldn't because when you're on the floor and people are skating around you, you're supposed to get up as soon as possible. There's
Fuck that,
no
I'd be taking
time.
people out.
Well,
Doing like
I-
breakdance moves and
I will
tripping
say,
people.
One of the crashes was because I tried to avoid like this huge pile of kids, and I'm just like, oh god, and like I swerved and ducked, and it just it didn't go well. Thankfully,
Biden
I missed
birthday
the kids
cake.
though. You
God
know,
damn it, I
you're
did-
right. Jeez.
Wasn't gonna say anything.
Dude, but it was a lot of fun. I used to love skating as a kid, going
Yeah.
to skating rinks with my cousins and stuff, and so I was like, find out there was one here pretty close. And I was like, dude, you want to go? He was like, yeah. I'm like, all right, let's do this. So we went. We had some fun. I was so sore. I mean, I still kind of am. Don't get me wrong. But then the next day, I had the genius idea of going on. It was like 4 to 5 mile hike with Jason Kupsik. It was a lot of fun. We actually had a great time.
Where'd you go?
We went to the Pleasant Hill Lake, and they have this like pretty
Romantic.
good sized trail. Well, man, actually, there were some really good. Anyways, so the sun skipping across the lake.
Taking a
No,
picture of
it's-
each other's feet.
Just the food that he fixed. That's all.
You didn't do like
Fixed
where
breakfast.
you're both laying on a blanket and you take a picture of each other's feet.
Bro,
so they're like,
these were bike paths. These weren't actually like,
At the
like
sunset.
really big walking trails. You could do it as walking trails, but they were bike trails. And I probably found like, I don't know, in the first 30, 40 minutes, probably found like 5 ticks on me. And I was like, yeah, we should probably use bug spray. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
here, you pee on my legs and I'll pee on
Yeah.
your legs.
It's the
scent will throw
moment,
it
I
off.
swear. It's
It keeps
But it was
coyotes
a-
away.
Oh man, but after that I was so I couldn't do anything. I got home and I was just like stiff, just sitting there. Like I couldn't even
aroused, huh?
cross my legs. I couldn't cross my legs because it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I should have stretched, but I didn't do it because I
Who
was stubborn.
stretches?
But
You ever seen a lion
exactly.
limber up before it takes down a gazelle?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Cats do huge stretches when they get up, and they usually yawn with it too.
Not before they go tackle a gazelle.
All right, that's fair. That's good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Stretching's overrated.
yeah, that's fair. And then
Blue
Sunday I
blood
didn't do
and
anything,
Achilles.
but well, that I know. But yeah, it was a great weekend. I'm going to try to go skating at least once a week, I think. Because it's a workout, man. If you haven't done it in a long time, it's a workout.
I used to go ice skating.
Yeah, you get it.
I was a professional figure skater at one point.
I believe it.
Kicked me off the women's team.
I believe it in a different life, but it's
Wasn't
fine.
really a woman, so.
Well, that's
I
neither
mean,
here
now
nor
I could
there.
probably win. I could probably get on there.
In today's
I probably wouldn't win. I'm not that limber.
Lady Ballers. You ever seen that movie?
Have you seen Blades of Glory?
Yeah. All right, that's
Chaz
a fair point.
Michaels
That's a fair point.
Michaels.
Chaz Michael Michelson. Anyways,
Good references, man. If
That
nobody
was a
gets
great
these
reference.
references, I'm just saying.
yeah, that was classic.
to live life.
We need like a reference check every single time it happens.
Watch a
for
movie.
sure.
Message.
But we're not why you guys are here
Yeah, we
at
are.
all. We're definitely not why you guys.
Well,
are here.
half of them. Half of
Half.
them are here for our guests.
Half of them. But I guess before we get there though, don't we have something? Wait, isn't there something coming up this weekend?
Yeah, I believe it's this. Oh. Malvern Manor, guys. If you want to join me on an investigation overnight, come to Malvern Manor on March 24th. Come play some hide and seek with the spirits. We're going to kick Josh's ass this time.
Yeah, we are.
You, me, and the spirits. That's what's up.
Yep.
We're gonna investigate. We're gonna do some experimentation. We're gonna have a lot of fun on this one. It's always a blast going to Malvern. Again, that's May 24th. Check in. If you get there at 6:30, we can check you in real quick.
Yeah.
There'll be food and snacks, and Josh will be there. He'll be partaking in the investigation as well. So we get to make fun of him. He'll be our human punching bag. And then after that, guys, we're going to be down in Arkansas. Look at this shit.
What?
That's a big building.
That's a big building. I'm going to rent a car for this one because that's 5 hours away from my house.
So you can drive around the building.
You're darn right.
You're going to have to. You're going to get a go-kart and drive it up the steps.
That'd be wild.
The Arkansas Tuberculosis Sanatorium in Boonville. This place is massive. We have, I don't know, I think maybe 5 tickets left for this. You guys want to come out and investigate this one? We'll have a special guest with us on this one. Mystery guest.
What?
I don't know if it's really much of a mystery. I think I said something last week.
You did say something last event, but it's fine. Not everyone from the last event is here.
That's true.
Just Jess. That I know.
So, yeah. So yeah, come out to this one. This will be a blasty blast. Very
then
active.
we got more stuff coming up in the fall. But we can get to that later.
Yeah, we can get to that later.
We'll get to that later.
I did
have
some good news come up.
Your water broke?
Uh-huh.
So
So
stupid, I know.
I just booked the event for that boat club in Grove.
Oh, nice.
Next month.
Yes.
I'll be doing an event for them on the 15th, and then I am now like the resident event guy for Harbor Village, apparently.
Hell yeah.
So, and any investigation team that comes in there, they're letting me vet them, I guess. They're coming to me about it. So basically, I'm their paranormal guy.
Oh, so you're like what we were complaining about last show?
Yeah, I'm the whore. I'm that whore. I kept telling them, I'm like, guys, you don't need me to like vet. Just
No.
check
Just
their
feel them out.
website presence.
Yeah, like it's exactly. Well, if they have
their web
one.
presence.
But I mean, if they're going to be there when these people are there anyways, then there shouldn't be an issue because you had staff with you there when you investigated, right? Oh, I see how it is.
No.
Okay, well,
But they will. Those people will.
Yeah, most likely.
They just won't do that with me because they know me.
Yeah, duh.
But no, like it's what I was talking about last week. You know, people getting out there, get to explore it. The more people explore it, I believe the more active it's going to become.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
This will be good. Now that Scott's up, let's
soak
go
in.
ahead and bring our guests on.
Yes. Yes.
No, we'll wait. He's stepping out for a pee break.
Oh, god dang it. He's probably got tired of our yapping.
Just shake it once, Scott. You don't need to shake it all
Scott.
3 times.
Go out the front door to go to the bathroom? Jeez, how have you not been arrested?
Oh, he has. Have you seen that?
Oh,
hair?
he has. Dave Pex? Oh, God.
What?
That's what Cassie said. I swear
to
it
the
wasn't
car.
me. I swear.
And
And Jerry, I should take my skates there. That would actually be fun, except for all the dead birds that are everywhere. But I can roll over them. It's
that's
fine.
on the very top floor.
Yeah, it's just the top floor.
Just top floor.
There would be some exciting obstacles in the basement, though.
I'm not doing a 5-hour drive after that one.
Don't
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
no, do
Jess.
not.
Do not. I definitely got a hotel for that investigation. So a car and a hotel. Like then I had to be back. I think by 3 or 4 to drop off the car. Great times. Yeah, definitely don't block her.
Pow! To the moon, Alice.
Oh my gosh. All right, so roller derby night. Yeah, exactly. That. See, there you go. That's smart. If Airbnbs weren't so expensive down there, I'd get one, but they are pretty expensive down there.
I'm just gonna get a hotel room. It's like $60. At least
fair.
well, that was the last time I was there. That was like
Right.
a long time ago. Guys, we have a couple special guests coming up.
No, they're not a couple.
You may know them from OnlyFans or MySpace. Yeah, MySpace.
Don't stop. I mean, stop dating them, Dave. Jeez, stop dating them. Not.
We're not going out.
Exactly. All right.
We're just seeing each other casually.
That's how you get exactly. Just
Right.
casually seeing each other.
Yeah, every once in a
text
while
every now
we
and
get
then.
together. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, our friends, your friends, and everybody's friends, Dan and Scott of the PRI.
Hey guys. Hey. Oh, thanks for the round of applause.
I just was on mute, but you saw the pause. It's fine.
What's going on, man?
It's the flies.
It's definitely the flies. Lots of exciting things, kind of right now. You know, so exciting. Just so many exciting things that I can't contain the excitement.
That sounds,
I hear you.
that sounds like a big old ball of flies.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely in a roller derby. I got the bruises on me to prove it. You know, just fighting off kids. It's just how it is. I couldn't fight adults, so I had to
You sound like Biden.
scale it down a bit.
Hey, whatever works. Whatever makes you feel better, man.
Whatever wins that gold, you know. Exactly.
Sounds like P. Diddy.
Oh my God, no.
Oh my God.
That's never mind. I'm not gonna. Somebody.
Cassie.
Oh my gosh. Speaking
I
of
saw the
comedians
ringer.
craziness, yes. Somebody made a funny joke. It was like, so my cousin was talking about like, sneak expert level, or expert level is like, what's his name? Puddin' Pop. Kids say the darndest things. Help me out here. What's his name?
Bill Cosby.
Steve
Bill
Harvey?
Cosby. Yeah, he's
Bill
like,
Cosby.
Bill Cosby, sneak level 100. I was like, sneak level? You mean sleight of hand level 100? Jeez. And he just goes, too soon. I'm like, too soon? What?
Yeah, and this is no
He
longer
is.
the mic drop; it's the pill drop.
That's messed up, but hey, it's fine. We're all friends here.
Pill drop.
We all find dark humor fantastic.
Absolutely. Oh, boys. So you guys have had some things going on, but I know you said you're not going to talk about something.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but we probably will.
But you'll beat around the bush.
So,
Beat around that bush.
You can beat around the bush. Beat around
no,
Charlie's bush.
we can actually we can talk a little bit. So the PRI, this kind of is what triggered everything. Is I've loved the vibe of the PRI. I've loved the work that we've done over the years and
Wait,
the things.
I'm going to interrupt you
Okay, you just did.
because there are a few people in here that don't know you guys.
Yeah.
And let's introduce you guys to them. So why don't you explain what PRI is and how you guys got started? You know, the whole generic thing, and then
The whole
we'll go
generic
into-
thing. The
Yeah.
PRI.
And
is
we'll get to the
actually-
exciting stuff.
So the PRI is actually the Paranormal Research Institute. We formed it in 2014.
2014.
So we've been doing it for a minute now. But it was kind of formed with the idea of being an investigation group that had never been done before. So we really wanted to bring more science and more objective observation into paranormal research than a lot of times happens. And so we've been working over the years to bring some science, some actual, scientific science into the paranormal field work. So
fucking science.
fucking science. So yeah, that's basically what the PRI is. And the dynamic of it, we actually just, what was it, 2 years ago now, had a paper published.
Yeah,
God, 2 years?
2022.
Yeah, God, it's been
Time
2
is
years.
flying.
Holy crap,
Yeah,
I know.
2 years.
But yeah, the Society for Psychical Research actually published some of our research in their magazine a couple years ago. And so the group dynamic has been great, and I don't ever want to change that. And so I got thinking, because there's other things that I want to do, but I didn't want to destroy the group dynamic. And so the simple answer was, we make another group. And so we're in the process of kind of architecting that group, but it's not really going to be an investigation group per se. The PRI will be the PRI. This is kind of sort of an umbrella group that we're designing for it.
Like the redhead stepchild of the PRI.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the redheaded step parent of the PRI.
Oh, okay.
So I
doesn't
can go
know
ahead and
about it?
explain the concept. And the easiest way to explain the concept of what we're doing, you guys remember National Geographic Society, right? Nat Geo, everybody loved it when they were a kid. All the 14-year-olds got the pictures of the exotic women in there.
I remember.
But everybody got to take a trip to the Amazon for a membership fee, basically. We're working on kind of a parallel concept to that. What I want to do is offer memberships to people, to subscribers, and then the money from those memberships will go to feed people like Mr. Glidden, the work that he's doing, some of the documentation work, the documentaries that he's filming. Everything about this is expensive, and you guys are the first ones to know that. Mm-hmm. And there's really no source of funding for good paranormal research. And so
legit paranormal research.
Legit, real, no jump scare, no
possessed by a demon
paranormal research.
Did you hear that creak? Oh, it must be paranormal. Oh, God.
It's a demon.
Right. Exactly.
You guys are going to science the fuck out of this.
Was that a frog? Oh. Sorry.
So the new organization, the whole design of the new organization is to fund like the work that the PRI is doing, and fund people like Dave that are actually doing really good documentation. But it's really hard to. I mean, it's expensive. You and I were talking, Dave, when we were together, 2 weeks ago, about the Brown Mountain thing. Yeah. And the money that it would cost to do that the right way, it's not pocket change.
So I mean, as far as that went, like the goal for that, the fundraising on that was like $10,000 was what I was looking at, just to do the Brown Mountain thing.
And that's bare bones. I mean, it could go much higher than $10,000. I mean, if you really did it right, and actually got the racing drones, each one of those is a couple grand. So 5 to 10 of them, depending on how wide an area you want to cover, you could be talking $20,000-$30,000 just to do the investigation.
Just to make sure the area is shut down, locked down, nobody else is around.
Well, exactly. You're also hiring people to fly them at night, and all that. Like, you're paying other people to do the experiment. And the thing that I wanted to do out at the Brown Mountains, like, there was going to be a lot of people involved, so a lot of those people have to be compensated. So like, there's a lot of money that goes into that, but whenever I set up the GoFundMe for that, like, obviously that didn't do enough, so that got X'd. So it's research like that.
So that's the kind of research that I'm interested in. We've met so many people in this field that are doing serious stuff, but they're doing serious stuff on whatever budget they can come up with. And so the concept was, people that maybe can't get out and investigate, they can still tap into this. They can still be part of it. They buy the subscription and they're actually funding the research that's going on.
Yes. I mean,
she's got a point.
Scott does have some pretty feet. You got some pretty feet, Scott.
Gets pedicured every week. Yeah.
I'm taking your pictures.
What's up?
I said you got some pretty feet.
How the
Remember that time you fell asleep and I painted your toenails?
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
You thought that was paint.
It was a very pretty shade of salmon, though.
No, I said we wouldn't talk about sucking on them.
Yeah.
We just painted them.
You thought that was paint.
You thought that was an NDA.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess I'll go ahead and tell you about it now, even though I said I wasn't going to. So,
I know, right?
The new organization is going to be the Paranormal Research Foundation. In the process right at the moment of doing the national nonprofit paperwork for it. So it will be an actual nonprofit, federal nonprofit organization. I mean, that's kind of the whole thing in a nutshell. Hopefully it grows. Hopefully we find people that are really interested in actually researching the paranormal and are willing to back it a little bit, for an inside access to it, to actually see what's going on.
This is like high level research. This isn't like just going out and ghost hunting and being like, oh, cool, we found a haunting. Here's our EVPs. We're talking like
right.
Literal data that we're going to be sharing.
Data logging and everything.
Yeah.
Very high levels of documentation, all the research, everything the PRI's done has always been public access. Anybody's, that's kind of one of the core foundations of what we built it on is there's none of the jealous, we're going to get data and we're going to keep it from you and look at what we got.
Right.
So it's just taking it to the next level. And,
you mentioned the documentation being available. This was, I think, one of the greater points that you brought up whenever we had that meeting and everything. the level of information that you guys are going to be making available, why don't you talk about that? Like, what kind of stuff is actually going to be available for people, members, or the public, even, like, whenever this gets rolling?
Well, I mean, basically, you'll have the entire documented investigation available. You know, for members, it'll be all the raw footage. It'll kind of be like they're there. You know, all the data, all the REG data, all of our event logs. You know, everything the PRI does would be available. Documentation. You know, if you shot a documentary for us, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there'd be a production documentary, and of course there'd be some behind the scenes stuff, because you're an idiot and there's always behind the scenes stuff.
No, AJ, it has not been shut down.
Well, also, like if we were going to do an investigation, they could potentially log on and watch the live stream.
Yeah. Well, what I was kind of referring to is, like, I know you guys are talking about having a library.
Yeah. That was actually shocking to me. Mike Nichols, who is our very wise director of research and you know, parapsychologically a freaking genius, has been collecting books on the paranormal since he was 8 years old. And he made the announcement at the meeting that he will be donating his entire library to the PRF. The plan being it will be digitized and available. And we're talking about 4,000 books. He thinks he's probably got, if not the largest, one of the largest private paranormal collections in the country.
That makes me so
Charles is like,
yeah, no, that makes me so excited because, like, I scour, like, guys, are you guys familiar with sacred texts? Like, I'm yes, like,
yeah.
Assuming so. So I'm on there, I would say at least maybe once a week, maybe once every other week, just scouring, seeing if I can find new books that might be interesting. So for a specific paranormal catalog, I'm sold. I love it. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then Dave, the stuff that you donated to the PRI a few years ago will go into the library as well. It'll all be documented and digitized.
Which I am excited for that, because of, like, some of that information was, like, it's older material, sure, but, like, there's some really good stuff in there going back to what's that college? Princeton.
Yeah, which one of the colleges was it? Was it Stanford?
It's Princeton University's
That's right, it was Princeton.
paranormal classes and parapsychology.
And it's like a lot of it is private notes on investigations, things that it's absolutely an unbelievable treasure trove of you can't find this stuff.
Yeah, like a lot of it was psychic testing and stuff like that. It's some pretty dope stuff.
Yeah, so I mean that'll all be included in the library. For you like real super geeks, Mike actually has, I think he said he has over 100 reel-to-reel tapes of lectures from parapsychologists back in the late 60s and early 70s.
Sign me up.
Yeah, that'll all be digitized and available.
What's the Futurama? Take my money. That's
so, yeah,
all I can do that.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a big project, you know, but at the end, I think it'll be worth it. And really, kind of one of the drives of doing this. You guys may have noticed there's not nearly as many paranormal shows on TV anymore.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I think people got tired of the bullshit. I don't think
they had to switch to a cheaper platform called YouTube.
Yeah, you know, I don't think the interest in paranormal activity is flagged in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
People are just tired of the same old cookie cutter crap.
It's the same
formula, and they
like,
want real.
Yes, exactly. Like,
exactly.
It's not hard to watch the TV shows and figure out, okay, well, this was scripted or this was planned by the show, that was planned by the show. And I'm not saying necessarily that the evidence they capture, just how they sculpt the show. People are tired of it. They want real. They want to see how people actually do things.
And that's what we're hoping for, and that's what we want to give them. We want to show them what paranormal research really actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. God. Which I didn't ask you. I totally forgot to ask Bart the next day. How was the search for a certain thing the next day? Was it successful?
We found a place that was interesting. The price point is absolutely, completely out of the world right at the moment.
The housing market's ridiculous.
Yeah, this was beyond ridiculous. I think this place, it turned out it was a brick shell. There was no floor. The ceiling was falling in. It was a one-story building built in like 1935. Beautiful property, amazing neighborhood, but they wanted $560,000 for a brick shell. And so there's no way. I mean, if they drop it in half, and there'd have to be some major work. So we're looking at alternative properties as well. But yeah, we're if you weren't in Joplin, man.
Hey,
I made that drive down for your son. That was not a pleasant drive.
That's a great drive. What are you talking about? It's only 2
Not at
extra
2
hours.
o'clock in the morning.
We'd rather have a place in Webb City.
Yeah, that is a beautiful town.
Bazinga.
But yeah, we are looking at locating in Kansas City, or the very close suburbs around Kansas City. It's it's really where the heart and the soul of PRI is developed, and I think it's really where the location needs to be. So we are looking for property for it. So.
Absolutely, and Lisa.
And Kansas City's home base.
Yes, exactly.
Without bed bugs, yes, Lisa, without bed bugs.
Well, what I love about KC is KC has so much. I feel like it's so much untapped potential. There's so much history here that people, I feel like, just don't really. I shouldn't say capitalize on, but they just don't really explore.
Right.
Like, even with living up here in KC, it's like there's things around that I find that I'm like, wait, this exists, like. Either it's not advertised enough, or it's just like those back channels kind of hidden. Like there's places downtown where you can like access the old tunnels that lead down to the what is
Union Station?
Well, kind of more of like up on I think 8th Street. There was an underground streetcar that you would just, and it wasn't like a motorized streetcar. It was just like a slow like kind of streetcar that would take you down to where the bottoms is, and you had to like. Either they had a stair system or it was a ladder system. You had to go down the ladder, get in the car, and then it would roll you slowly down to now it's just all, it's basically like a cave essentially now is what it is. But I really feel like Kansas City has so much underground potential that just doesn't get talked about. So much.
It's a fascinating place. It's just.
It is. You're right.
So what are the thoughts of maybe even, I don't know, purchasing a haunted location? That way you can centralize research at one place.
Well, I mean, that's always been, you and I have talked about that endlessly. I would actually, it all depends. If we grow it big enough, I would like to purchase multiple haunted locations.
Yeah.
There's an entire chain of research that you can get into geographically, everything else, historically, geographically, everything. So yeah, I mean, really, we're trying to figure out what the boundaries of this are going to be, and I don't know. I mean, it depends. If we get enough, the thing I like about this, or at least the idea of this, is it's not only catering to people who are super into the paranormal.
Right.
I mean, you watch documentaries on the Amazon and stuff when you were a kid, right? On National Geographic, Jacques Cousteau and Marlon Perkins. You weren't there. You weren't a biologist watching this. You were an interested kid or an interested adult that was like, I wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's really who I want to talk to or, let into this. And that kind of started with, I work at a credit union, and they all know that I do this crazy stuff. And so I constantly have people coming up to me going, yeah, it absolutely fascinates me. I used to watch the shows, but they're dumb.
Yeah.
But I really want to know more. And so this is the, casual armchair, casual couch person. Here's a window into really what research is. And,
Jess is the one.
Right on.
Amazing. She's amazing.
Right on.
No, that's gonna be great, and that's kind of to me, that's how I was when I was a kid. I wasn't, you know, I didn't know about the paranormal. I read some books here and there and like, read up on some of the stuff. But that's right. That's the taste of it. You start to develop a taste for something out there and unusual, and then you just kind of get enveloped into the stuff.
Oh, exactly.
Well, my introduction to the paranormal was Time Life magazine released a series of paranormal books called Mysteries of the Unknown.
Oh, cool.
And if you subscribe, they'd send you a different volume every month or two.
I gotta get on this.
Yeah, one month would be Ghost, one would be UFO phenomena,
Haunted places,
yeah, and
cursed locations, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, that was when I was like 10 or 11 years old.
Hey, things you can find for free on YouTube today. You want cursed objects? Here you go. You want haunted locations? You want demonic places? Here you go. Like, it's ridiculous.
So Scott, I know you do a lot of the research with PRI. How much research have you been able to do as far as like with the what do you call it, PRF? How much of the research have you been able to do so far as like looking into places around Kansas City?
Well, it's relatively new, the concept and the idea, but we've been looking at numerous locations around Kansas City, and there's some that we've already done that we would maybe do again in that area.
Yeah. Well, and you know, I think it's probably important to point out that the PRI is still going to be the PRI.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the investigative kind of core. Ideally, I'd like to have multiple PRIs around, you know, that are all, I'd love to have them all over the country. As long as they're following the same format, submitting the data in the same way, all it's going to do is increase the database. You know, it's going to make things larger, it'll make the pool larger, it just makes the research better.
Have you considered it doing a state by state, like PRI Missouri, PRI Kansas?
Oh, dude, I'd love to.
Like Illinois. Okay.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to. It's a matter of finding the people that are dedicated enough to do it the right way.
Right. I was gonna say that is a whole different complex in itself, because you got to be able to train. I'm gonna say you got to be able to train people, because I know people in this field are so set in their ways per se. They're stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
People think they want to be right 100%, but people like data log entry. Like there's things that I still don't comprehend as far as data logging and stuff. So it's good to have those tools and the people that know those tools that can train me and help me along my progress.
I can see Scott being the guy on the company training videos.
So you want to be an investigator?
Do you want to understand?
Understand.
Okay.
These are the things you need to understand.
Yes.
Understand.
No. All I can see is like the cheesy like 80s video. Scott's wearing some sunglasses, got his hair flowing.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. The third thing you got to understand with paranormal investigating, and just like have some killer tunes in the background or something. Like,
And then just have like this generic ghost come flying in.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Whoa! Dude, did you see that? That's what we're looking for.
the ghost of Ronnie James Dio.
Exactly.
Comes in. Ride the tiger!
Yeah.
You can see his stripes, but they're still not there.
Oh, that's perfect. That's all I can think of. Just instead of the Uncle Sam, I want you. It's the whatever the slogan would be. I don't know. We'll work on it.
I want you.
Yeah.
So actually, that kind of segues really nicely, Dave, into what I wanted to ask you here in front of your viewing public.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
They're pink and they go all the way up.
Are the rumors true?
Goes to 11.
Is the penicillin working? No.
It's that damn sweet tea again.
No,
What's in
not.
that tea, man?
No, I would actually
doubling down.
I would actually like you to document this entire weird growing process of the PRF.
Like a time lapse?
Well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, just like have a camera on this entire thing.
I mean, Dave, you already recorded Dan's little intro speech in Kansas City, didn't you?
I didn't. Wait, intro speech in Kansas City.
Well, when Dan talked to the group there in the dining room, weren't you one of the ones recording?
Nope.
Was that Lise?
Maybe I know Katie was recording.
I think that was Lisa.
Maybe
I
Lisa.
think Lisa and Katie, but I know I saw three.
It wasn't me.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
I would have my
camera
all in.
I would have had my camera out and stuff like that.
I was in awe of like the whole when you announced the library. I was just like, oh my god, just all that knowledge. Just I can't wait.
Okay, Lisa took photos.
All right, so we're gonna have to stage it again and
well,
we'll just
right.
recreate it.
Yeah,
Can we recreate that in the same Airbnb? We'll be there next week.
Yeah.
We're gonna
be
cast
Malvern.
everybody, so you guys don't actually have to be there.
yeah. Just likeness of Dan.
Just
Williams.
make sure everybody's wearing black.
Cardboard cutouts.
Oh, when Mike talked about his library, you could tell he was kind of tearing up. So that
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
that in turn made me tear up.
Very emotional. Yeah.
It was very good emotional though. Man.
So again, we have some people watching that don't know you guys, don't know anything about the PRI or what you guys have done.
They should.
Just so
Well,
they
they should because they watch your shows, right? If not, you're slacking.
Sometimes
not me
they like us,
slacking.
sometimes they hate
Well, no,
us.
that's what I'm saying. If they haven't watched your shows, they're slacking because I know we've been on one or two.
Yes.
2 or 3. Yeah. I was gonna say, why don't you guys tell them a little bit about, just so they know how serious you guys are about the scientific research. What you guys tell them about what got published in the journal.
Oh boy, I wish Mike was here for this. He explains it so much better.
So much
So
more
one of the pieces of equipment that we've developed, we refer to it as the REG. It's the Random Event Generator, and essentially all it is it's an electronic coin flipper that will flip in a sequence of 100 and then start over again, and it keeps track of essentially how many heads and how many tails. If in basic statistics, you'd figure if you flipped a coin 100 times, you're going to have, 48 to 52 heads or tails, right? With certain circumstances, and it's about 1 in every 2,200 times you do this, you'll get 15 or more heads or tails. So you get, 75 heads and less tails, things like that. Those are statistic anomalies. And so when you're running this device, which isn't connected to anything, that's literally all it does is it sits and flips coins and keeps track of the coin flips. And so when you have a statistic anomaly, it will then time date stamp it, say exactly how far over that 15 flip break point we went.
Yeah.
And note it in a log. And in and of itself, it's kind of cool, but it doesn't do much. But when we're doing investigations, we've always been very, very serious about what we call cartography.
Mm-hmm.
Cartography is an uninvolved third party that will sit back at what we call base, and they will chart everything that our investigators encounter. So if you're one of the investigation team and you're out and you run into a shadow figure, you call it back to base, then the cartographer logs exactly what time it happened, exactly what the details of the encounter were, and other information like barometric pressure, temperature, et cetera, basically whatever information we can get on that event. And then we put the two together at the end of the investigation. We do what we call a chi-square analysis on it, and we see how many times these anomalies from the REG will coincide with events that people have had while they're investigating. And so far, we've done like 3 very structured investigations. We've done a lot more investigations, but we did 3 as an absolute scientific, that was what the paper was
For
based on.
publication, the 3.
And so it eventually breaks down into what the odds against chance are. So the first investigation, our odds against chance with the correlations of the REG and the investigation, it was 120,000 to 1.
Yes, 122 maybe.
100, yeah,
Mike
ballpark
again,
120,000.
Mike would know the
to 1.
exact number.
Which was unbelievable, absolutely mind blowing. But you got to duplicate it to make sure it's science, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so the second investigation, we had a little bit worse results. It wasn't nearly that astronomical. It turned out that it was 12,000 to 1. The third investigation, I think, was 9,500 to 1. Now, those numbers are kind of arbitrary, as far as, whatever. To be scientifically valid in a controlled test, your odds against chance have to be better than 120 to 1.
Mm.
So that puts it a little bit into perspective as to the numbers that we were getting in multiple investigation. Hey, Bart.
Hey, Bert.
I'm like, who's that dude? Oh, it's Bart.
Oh, who's that? Oh, jeez.
I don't understand.
So yeah, that's the kind of research that we're doing, and we are publishing them. Like I said, we'll put them out. The log files are available. The REG results are available. We actually have. We're not doing the math on these things ourselves. We actually have a non-involved objective statistician that does the analysis for us,
Which is important.
It's very important. Yeah, those are numbers that are, if you skew them, it's useless. But I do. Well, thank you, Cassie. I appreciate that. Mike still does a better job, but but yeah, I mean, so it's not investigation where we go and something goes thump and we turn around and run out of the room screaming because a demon possessed a house. It's all. It actually takes a lot of the fun out of an investigation to do it this way, but in order to understand anything, it has to be done this way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I know some people are usually here for like the generic questions, like what's your favorite haunted place and all that. So let's get those out of the way, huh?
Yeah.
Because you guys have investigated a lot in Kansas City and in the area, and you've investigated up there in Illinois as well.
Want me to start?
Go ahead.
Well, where I had my greatest experience was at Beatty Mansion, which happened to be the first time the REG was that was the first field test of the REG. That was actually the $120,000. Yeah. To make a long story short, guys, we heard what sounded like a woman screaming in ungodly amounts of pain.
Picked up in multiple recorders.
Picked it up on multiple recorders, and you guys, everybody knows I'm a bit of a skeptic. Obviously, I believe. Really?
What's a skeptic?
So I'm like searching for hidden microphones, thinking, okay, who's playing tricks? Who's playing games? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I legitimately, I guess that would be called a disembodied voice, because it wasn't just an EVP response. Everybody heard it with their own ears.
Yeah.
That kind of, I mean, I'm talking not to sound stereotypical, but the hair standing up.
The goosebumps, man.
Dave, you've seen this response out of me before.
Yes, I have. I thought about getting a clip and be like, Scott, who was this? Oh, fuck!
Be at the Garnett House again with Dave. We basically got a light to turn on and off about 8 times in command.
We got to turn off and on, and then also the voice, that you heard before then.
Yeah.
Which was funny to me because like that incident, like I think the light thing overshadows the voice, because like prior to you going up there, I heard and captured the voice, because it was actually doing things whenever I would ask it to, and then you got to hear the voice, but you weren't sure about it. You're like total skeptic, dolphin tight, butthole clenching skeptic. But once we got past that, and the lights responded to everything, I think that got you off guard there.
Well,
got you back up to speed on Garnett there.
Yeah, I'm sitting at the chair, and if it happens once or twice, okay. Dave, I think we got it to happen at least 6 times, maybe 7.
It was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, well, it was a lot.
It was 6 or 7 to Scott.
To me, it seemed like 20 times. But because I'm thinking, well, this isn't fluke. This is really happening. To me, this is paranormal activity. Call it what you want.
Yeah.
But when I experience something like that, something's going on. Because like you said, guys, I'm never one to see the little kid sitting in the corner, or
Well, and kind of to that point, the other really cool thing about that night, I remember when you guys were up there, we had an REG hit.
When that experience was happening.
Yeah, and so I mean that's the stuff I did at Alexander Majors when I got that thermal too. At the same exact time.
Well, and when Scott and I heard the chair fall, and then we heard the voices.
Mm-hmm.
we were getting RNG hits right when those voices were
Exactly.
Exactly.
And so, you know, when you take this device that isn't connected to anything in any way, it just sits there. And we've done all kinds of tests to make sure it's not interfered with by radio waves, anything. And it is literally just a very basic program that counts and flips. And so you have this thing that's completely isolated from everything else, but it's correlating the experiences you have.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden they get really real. You know, it takes evidence stacking to a whole new level. And so, yeah, it's a great tool. I mean, it was, and that was entirely Mike's brainchild, you know.
Yeah.
That in that instant, Dave's talking about it, Alexander Majors. Him and I were outside of that. I don't know the numbers of the rooms, but we were adjacent to another room where there was a stack of chairs, and it sounded like, I mean, you know what a chair sounds like when it falls down?
Oh, yeah.
This sounded like somebody took the chair over their head and slammed it on the floor. That's how loud it was, right, Dave?
Yeah,
And
it was pretty loud to us.
Yeah, and we walked in the room and nothing.
Chair on the floor.
Yep.
But,
you know, this is actually the kind of stuff that I would love to share with people. You know, it's not manufactured, it's not fake, it's not. You don't get anything, you don't get anything. You know,
Right.
you really can't fake science.
Well, and you have the
And-
data to back it up too, not just the stories that.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong, I love
yeah.
stories. Don't get me wrong.
Everybody's got good ghost stories, right? But
Exactly.
where's the legitimacy? Where's the documentation of it?
Right.
exactly. Now, we got bots in our chat.
Yeah, we do.
Um,
Africa stops AIDS. What?
So, to make a point,
Oh, God.
though, like even Princeton University with their parapsychology research, they did something to this effect as well. They had their version of the REG, and when the World Trade Centers were hit, they actually had an event.
I said that.
Yeah, that is actually still running worldwide. That study is still going, as a matter of fact.
So this is something that not just, you know, a couple hicks from Illinois are doing. Like this is legit psychological, or not psychological, legit parapsychological. How would you say that?
Parapsychological. Yeah, I know it's rough.
It's a mouthful.
It
Don't
is.
say anything, Charles. I saw that look in your eye. I saw that twinkle.
I'm trying so hard not to say anything.
Oh yeah. Yes.
We have a new enemy.
It wasn't. So at Alexander Major's house, there was those hairpins, is what it was, that they would put up in their hair.
Oh,
like
yeah,
those
I remember
old
that.
ass ones that had some stuff on them. I pretty much paid Bart $1 to lick it, and he did.
And of course he did.
Oh yeah.
For $1, Bart? How could you? How could you do that?
He's
You
like,
supposed
I had
to get
worse-
5 out of the guy. Jeez.
He's like, I had worse things in my mouth for free.
Oh, my God. Of course he'd say that. God, all those, just-
He's not here
Those
to
rock
defend
shows.
himself. Let's just get him.
right. Hey, whatever.
Hey, you know, I really want to go back up to Alexander Major's house, because one of the incidences that wasn't documented, because Scott was off camera. I was doing a live thing early at the beginning of the night, and I literally watched Scott's hair get picked up and dropped.
There's
like-
some amazing activity. Well, that's where I got that, like you said, that thermal hit.
So some ghost that
Yeah.
passed away in the 80s.
He's like, man, I like your hair. Is that Aquanet?
Jeez.
Yeah, one of the things that I do love about the REG is that's the series of 3 experiments we did with it. For the first time in history, we were able to statistically prove that something unexplained exists.
Yes.
It wasn't first-person observation. It wasn't, this happened to me, so damn it, believe me. This was, here's science.
Yeah.
You know, this is, it's science. What is it? I won't begin to tell you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did have an RNG hit on that one.
Yeah,
The other
Lisa
thing
was-
is- The other thing is, like, when other people start to use this or start doing this particular research, you know, it's going to make people stop and think, what are the odds that I just had this experience? Boom, here it is. This is the thing that's going to give you the odds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, the only trick to it is that you got to do it the right way. You know, that's just one of the reasons that we haven't released the RNG programming to the public is I don't want people to think, oh, it's running, oh, it blipped, oh, there's a ghost here. You know, it's multiple levels of science that have to be really carefully observed.
Correlating data.
Science, you know. So yeah, it requires a certain amount of dedication, but man, the results are really worth it. You know, like I said, we were able to statistically prove that something exists.
Yeah.
You know, we can't tell you it was Aunt Selma come back for the dead, but there's something there.
Something
And-
She could do it. What?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't just. Well, you can just stick it in a haunted house, come back the next day and go, "Oh, look! We had 13 hits overnight. The hell is that?
What happened? I say, what happened during those 13? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and actually, those type that was some of the early RNG tests. That there's been other. We're not the first one to use an RNG. We're the first ones to use it this way.
Yeah, in correlation with the investigative.
Yeah, and you've got to have those two data points. If you just use a single data point, you know, either one of the data points on their own doesn't mean anything.
Right. So
basically, he's asking how many people on your team is science, skeptic, and sensitive.
Oh, we have a few sensitives on the team.
I say with Lisa and Peggy, Casper.
They're really well.
Bart.
Angel.
Bart Towler, Mike Nichols. I'm trying to go through all the names of our group members.
I think the PRI is about 15 altogether when everybody gets together. And there's an equal mix, and that's one of the things that I love about the RNG is it doesn't matter where your investigative data comes from.
Yeah.
You know, because you're putting it against this base that's just doing its thing. So if nothing correlates through the investigation, you didn't get anything no matter what you experienced, which is also frustrating as absolute hell sometimes because we've experienced some really cool stuff, but if the RNG doesn't go off, it's a footnote. You know, it's not correlated into the data. Essentially, it's considered a non-hit. So it becomes insanely frustrating. RNG stands for random number generator.
But now we use it as an REG.
She's an IT person, so like numbers are her thing.
You're a geek too. Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's used kind of interchangeably. REG is a random event generator, and RNG is a random number generator.
And it's gone back and forth over the years.
What's a common term? And if you really, really, really want to geek out, we use a true TRNG, which means it's a true random number generator. It pulls the data that it uses from the white noise in the atmosphere. So it's essentially using the same methodology that a lot of lotteries use. There's an RNG, which is an algorithmic random number generator, which wouldn't work for our purposes. So we had to actually go one step farther and use a TRNG.
all right.
Dave, you got a glazed look in your face, buddy.
I'm reading comments on there and stuff like that.
Did you get all that, Dave?
I don't understand a
Can you
thing
retain
he
all that?
said. You ever seen any ghosts?
Stuff and things happen.
Yeah.
Have you seen a ghost? Have you seen one?
Might as well, Lisa. Yes, definitely.
My house is haunted
What's a
too.
ghost?
I've seen these balls of light on my camera, on my baby camera.
I saw Norm the other day after I had about 12 beers.
Yeah.
What? Did it follow one of those? Is that what it was?
But yeah, I mean this. So basically, this is what the PRF is for people that really want to see the true science and experience what's actually going on. And the cool thing is they get to be part of it. You know, they can watch this stuff and go, crap, that was my $50 that helped do this. You know, I contributed this. I am part of this. You know.
So Kelly wants to know if it doesn't count if we have an experience and the RNG does not register.
As far as the data analysis go, no, it doesn't.
Right.
You have to have two correlating data points for it to actually be considered an event, which is the only way that we can narrow things down.
Yeah. If when you're talking about statistical analysis, it has to correlate with within a 2-minute window or 3.
Now,
Yes,
question,
they are.
What if let's just throw a scenario out here. What if you don't get a hit on the RNG, but you get like a REM pod goes off and then you hear like a phantom voice or a disembodied voice somewhere, would you still count that because there's 2 instances of something going off?
Actually, we wouldn't.
Cool. Just curious.
We would make it. Well, so yeah, we count it as far as something went on.
It would almost go against our research.
It would be logged as something happened, but as far as the chi-square analysis at the end of the night, no, it's a non-event.
Yeah,
you have because you've got those 2 solid data points that the REG is the controlled data point.
Yeah,
you can't change what it does no matter what. And so it's kind of like your baseline constant.
Yeah.
And so everything else it's a weird anomaly, which is honestly what most, research, I've had a ton of people that are like, look at this evidence. This isn't evidence. This is very cool. This is an anomalous activity. Can you duplicate it? Can we track it? No, it was a once in a lifetime thing.
Right.
Badass. Very cool. Let me hear it again. It's not evidence. And so you have to remain really, really objective, and it's really sucks sometimes.
I mean, you could be in a room and potentially, this has never happened to me, but a book could fly 40 feet off of a shelf, smack you in the head. If it didn't correlate with an RNG hit, you just got hit in the head with the book.
Yeah. At the end of the night,
it's on the science spectrum of logging the evidence. It did not count, essentially, because you're going off the science, not just from personal experience. Because it can still be, in a sense, what people consider supernatural or paranormal, but it's not proven scientifically.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
And not discrediting if somebody has an extreme experience like that. We're not discrediting, but for our experimentation, that wouldn't jive with one another.
Exactly. No, and that's what I was hoping. Like that's what I was making sure people would understand, because even though there are, like, if you do have those other devices or something happen, that's not a true what your not experiences, but that's not what your experiment is based off of. Your experiment's not based off of all this different kinds of tech. It's based off of this specific piece and something happening within a certain window.
Exactly, Charlie. You hit it.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that everybody else watching at home understood.
That's exactly. You said it very, very well. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes.
So, where do you guys see this going in the future? Outside of the PRF, this particular experiment, where do you see this going in the future?
Well, I mean, we're already to the point where the REG is part of our base investigations. We've proven that it works. Hopefully others will eventually embrace it, and then we can start pulling some useful data.
And Mike does still want to do the more scientific-based version of this.
Yes.
When barring circumstances and stuff happens, there could potentially be even a more scientific version of that article.
Oh yeah, they're still working on the actual.
That's a work in progress at the moment.
Yeah, the really boring stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, Jess. Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, we're not set in stone on anything. That's one of the cool things about the PRI is it's science. Science changes. I mean, technology could change tomorrow. We could add a level of something tomorrow. That's really where I want to go with the PRF, is to fund research like that.
And research like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mark brought up a good equipment.
Yeah. From the field of investigation.
And that's the thing. You got to test out the equipment, because I feel like too often we do see where people are like, oh, yeah, use this piece of tech. And it's like, how do we know that it's good? Like, how do we know? Because not all of us can, like, let's say, just for instance, phone apps. Not all of us can get into phone apps and figure out the data of how the phone apps work. Like, a lot of the time, it's just for entertainment.
Like Ghost Radar. Ghost Radar.
Yes, exactly.
There's 2. No, there's 3. No, there's 4.
Now, but there are friends out there that I do trust that know how to go into programs and figure out if there's word banks, or if it goes off of your your location data and figure out stuff around you. Like, that is very important that's very important piece of information to know if you're using this tech.
Absolutely.
Like REM pods being set off with walkie-talkies. Like, you gotta test this stuff and make sure to figure out, because in a sense, not only are you trying to get something paranormal to happen, but you're trying to see what makes it tick, right? You're trying to figure out how the stinking freaking thing works.
Cheers to
Weird
that,
Science.
Kathy.
Love that song. Great movie
Oh, poor
too.
God, Mom, I'm not.
Well, and the other thing is that, and we see it quite a bit, there's valid tech that's being used improperly.
Yes.
The SLS camera is one of the biggest ones that I've seen.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
there's validity to it. There really is. But one out of every 150 stick figures that show up might be valid.
You mean when it maps a doorway or a chair?
When it maps, well, and
You mean my
so
curtain's not valid?
Yeah, right. Like,
How dare you?
That towel rack isn't a dancing mime.
oh
I mean,
my God.
But there again, it comes down to people don't understand how they work.
Put your hand close to it. Oh my God, it's touching you.
Hey, how about the people that use K2 meters?
Yeah, he pulled it. He did it. All right.
I did it. If you use a K2 meter and you're mad at me, you should look into your own equipment.
Look into why it's
Yeah, it's there again.
It got quiet there, guys.
It did. Just
Awkward
silence.
Pregnant pause.
The
Let that point drop.
Exactly. Well, this would be Dave, I just had a thought. I just had an idea for a show. Not only like we've shared our Dear Paranormal Field. We should have other people sometime share their.
We should make them
Dear
do like
Paranormal
videos,
Field.
a video
Yes.
thing, like
And
just
send
record
it-
like a
Oh.
Dear Paranormal Field.
Perfect. And if you guys haven't seen that episode, which if you haven't, it's no big deal. Dave and I basically bring up like I'm sure
Points in the paranormal.
we've talked about several, like between Dan and Scott, like all of it. We've talked about several, but it's like the one that I always mention, right? Is not every haunted location is a demon, is haunted by a demon, right? So that was my like Dear Paranormal Field. Not every haunted location is haunted by. So an instance like that. So basically, it's like the what grinds my gears about the paranormal field.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right,
sure we
right.
all
And we're addressing the paranormal field.
we are addressing
Oh, yeah.
the paranormal field straight up.
Right now, my biggest quirk, I think this was the first one I did, was Dear Paranormal Field, stop saying you're going to go do EVPs. You're not dead. You are not an audio piece. You are living. You're going to go record audio. You're not going to do EVPs
You
unless you're
can't
faking
do electronic voice phenomena. Like you just can't do
I got
that.
one.
It's-
I got one. Dear
All right.
Paranormal Field, stop doing EVP sessions in Scandinavia and talking in English.
I mean,
That's a new one to me. All right. You heard it here first.
for all you
Yeah, I mean,
Scandinavian
sure.
viewers.
Right.
In these countries back in the 1800s where English was not spoken and they're doing EVP sessions in English. Really?
Hey, Hitler, are you still here? Hitler, what's your favorite cake?
Jeez. Really? Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Jess.
German chocolate, really?
Yeah. What Turkish delights, really? All right, what's Bart's comment here? Oh. Bart always says the best things.
We can always.
It's our that's my new favorite soundbite. Yeah,
God bless you, Arsenio Hall.
absolutely. Oh my goodness.
They call me Richie the Reckless.
Dark Age. Oh yeah, this is so. That's a good one. Or trying to contact
Oh, yeah,
Dark Age
yeah.
ghosts with modern English. Well, and that's another great topic of discussion because we've talked about it every now and then where it's like, I think, at least I believe, the more you investigate places with tech and everything, maybe the better the chances that spirits could possibly learn on how to use it, because you have to describe it. If you just go in with a new piece of tech that they don't know what it is, which they may know
Witchcraft.
what it is, who knows exactly? Like I don't know. I'm just assuming that they wouldn't know. But the more you explain it, and that's why I feel like the more haunted a location is, the more people investigate it, the better chances they have of possibly experiencing something with equipment going off. So that's a whole question in itself on try or fail, whatever kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things I like about using the REG base. You know, you can do whatever.
Literally.
But if the data doesn't correlate, it doesn't correlate. You know,
Exactly.
and again, that's science. You know, that's what I love about it. Is it just sits there and does its thing, and you can go out and investigate whatever style you want to. If there's correlation, there is, and if there's not, it didn't happen.
And with equipment, there's good equipment and bad equipment, but some equipment works for others, and some. What one piece of equipment might be good for one individual, but not so good for another individual.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't do anything with any of the
I mean,
boxes kind of stuff.
Like for example, I have no success with the SP7 or what's the newest. All I get is
there's so many of them out there now.
Well, all I get out of them is, and after a few minutes of that, I get a headache. But other people have had success with them. So
That's right. That's right.
Well,
Well,
go ahead, Charles.
no, I just go. You go. This mine thing pertains to something else. So you go first.
I was gonna pull up a video just for Scott here, if I can find
okay.
it. So go ahead. I'll let you know if I find it.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is, Jerry, he made obviously that or this comment right here, and I agree with that for sure. And I know a lot of people there do too. In that sense, what about like when we were at Harbor Village? I was using the I'm blanking here, and it's not cooperating here. EDI. I was using my EDI meter, and I was at the mayor's house with a group of people, and I had it sitting on basically just like some wooden like shelving that it basically blocks people from getting into the mayor's house. And I had it sitting there, and it one of the only not one of the only times, but I would say it went off 3 times that night, and this was one of the only times I was like, hey, do you want me to get off your porch? If you want me to get off your porch, make the thing go off. And it went off. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I got off the porch, and then just nothing else happened. I was like, well, gosh dang it. Like, darn it. Like, I didn't leave the location. I was staying there. But in that moment, I just thought it was funny, and everybody else thought it was pretty funny, too. But, yeah, I agree with that. I like what Lisa said. I'm definitely not leaving. Like, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But,
all right, I got the. I'm gonna show.
There you go, Bart.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Because Scott doesn't have social
Do
media.
you speak Spiritese?
Scott doesn't have social media, so I know he hasn't seen this. So I just
Okay.
wanted to share this with you, Scott. Every spirit box on Ghost Adventures.
That is so true.
Oh yeah.
The constant. How can you hear anything?
I couldn't understand anything.
Right. Oh, I think it said. I think it said I died in your backyard. What? How do you hear that? I don't know. That's what's coming out to me. I don't.
We're being haunted by the ghost of Celine Dion.
It just said I'm the youth gone wild.
Yeah. There goes her career.
There, we're done. We're getting canceled. Okay. Bye, everybody. What, after 3 years, this is the one that did it after everything else we said? Jeez.
So,
Yeah, I'd be pretty proud of that, man.
Right.
so how soon are you guys planning on making like a big announcement and stuff? I know you got to go through the paperwork and all that stuff. What's the projection
I really
for
don't
it?
want to make a huge public announcement other than obviously to your very close listeners here. But I don't want to make a really big public announcement until all the paperwork is filed for it.
Now, nobody's going to have to sign an NDA.
You got some time down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's going to be a bit, probably 6 months to a year, I would guess, before everything is done completely. Because I've got copyrights, I've got trademarks, I've got a
takes
whole
work.
bunch of stuff to work through.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then on to paranormal studies. What?
What?
Exactly. I mean, that's that's sort of where this idea came from, Dave.
Are we going to be
It
alive
came from
by
a lot
then?
of places, but I mean, paranormal studies was definitely a factor with it. The concept was solid,
Who knows?
and
maybe
we're
down the road, maybe it gets picked up and filmed again.
yeah, You know, if we would have had the funding, we had a spectacular show lined out. But
that was some fun investigating. I will say that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed.
We had a blast. I mean, I don't remember most of it because I was so damn tired, but it was a blast.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we appreciate you guys coming on here. For people that want to get a hold of you, where would they look? I know, Scott, you're probably at Blockbuster. But
I thought you were going to say the local record shop. Jeez, Dave, come on, give him some credit.
No. But for the PRI, to get a hold of the PRI, how would one get a hold of you?
A couple ways. Facebook is probably the easiest because most of the group keeps at least a little bit of an eye on Facebook. So we're Paranormal Research Institute on Facebook. You know, look for the logo. It's us. The other one is you can always email us at paranormalresearchinstitute@gmail.com. And then obviously we'll have some better contacts coming up as more of this develops. So.
All right. Well,
and Scott doesn't want to be bothered by anybody, so don't talk.
Yeah.
He's like, I haven't been on social media since MySpace.
It's great. So Scott's our investigation coordinator. So he kind of schedules everything because my life is really stupid. So I'll have people that will contact me and I'll just like forward it to Scott and go, can you call these guys and set something up, you know, because I'm a terrible person to try and schedule anything.
And I'm like the organizational freak, Mr. OCD. Everything has to be here and there. And
Yep.
Dave's like, really?
Yep.
Scott's the social butterfly without the social goals.
Just a butterfly.
Just a butterfly. Gotta let it fly.
I take things and find out what day and when it's happening and what time and this and that.
Yeah.
All
right, guys.
Sick.
So if you want to get a hold of these guys, that's how you do it. Scott, Dan, thank you guys for coming on tonight.
Hey, thank you,
Charles.
for having us on, guys.
Hey, love to see you guys. Thank you.
If you want to shoot the shit after the show, just hang out. We'll put you in the green room.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think
if not,
Scott's got to go to bed. He turns into a pumpkin.
Yeah, I got to get up early.
I've seen it.
I work early in the morning.
You know what? Scott is a pumpkin.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll definitely be in touch soon.
All right, guys.
Definitely.
Have a good night.
Thank you very much, guys.
Dave Charles, thanks, man.
Welcome. It's good to see you.
See you later.
See ya.
Ah, what a great time.
We got a
What
great group of guys.
Great, wonderful group of guys.
Oh my God, he took his pants off. Scott's
Too
standing
much-
next to you, Dan.
Oh,
Jesus.
God, what is happening? Oh,
Now he blocked out the camera, so we can't see it.
Ooh, it's getting real different.
Or
over
maybe
there.
he
It's
just put
getting
it
real
really
weird.
close. Oh my God, you guys! I wish I didn't close that out. But
You know the soundbite of, I think it's Frank from, what is it? Always Sunny. Where he's like, I've got something years left in this earth, and it's gonna get real weird. We need to have that. It's gonna get real weird. Soundbite.
I'm planning on getting us some more sound bites and stuff. It's coming. They're coming. Oh yeah, sexy ones too.
Don't promise anything you can't make. What? Anyways,
Promising D's.
everybody, thank you for being here, and can't wait to see y'all next week, where we will talk about everything that has or has not happened at Malvern Manor that is coming up this weekend. And those that are going, we look forward to that. I cannot wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Your internet glitched out for a second there, and it sounded like you had auto tune. It was great.
Was it spot on? We'll have to go back and listen to it.
You sound like T-Pain.
No way.
Yeah.
I always wanted to sound like T-Pain.
Well, there you go.
No.
That's how you do it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next.
Bye.